So for those of you who do not know, Whitney is one of my amazing producers.
Oh, thank you, Brandon.
Comes on the show.
Yeah.
And helps to facilitate some conversation with me as we take on one of our leadership therapy sessions, which is what this show is today. We're doing a leadership therapy show. So in other words, I'll offer up a topic, and rather than having a guest, we take on a topic, and Whitney kind of interplays with me, and I become the pseudo kind of guest in this.
I get to ask some of the tough questions.
You do. So since we're at Halloween, I thought what would be a really cool topic, because I've been having a lot of conversations with a lot of the leaders that I've been working with, and even in big groups.
Yes.
Around what is their version of scariest boss.
That's my costume. I am a not scary boss. I am a not scary boss. This is a nice boss.
So I made a list that I'm not showing you. Don't look at my list. Top 6.
I can't even read your handwriting.
That's the point. Nice doctor handwriting. So top 6 scariest bosses.
6 scariest bosses.
Yeah.
Okay.
So just for fun.
Oh, I gotta guess.
Why don't you guess one? Why don't you guess one? I guarantee you're going to guess something on the list.
The inconsistent boss.
It's on the list.
Okay.
But I'm using monster names for the because it's Halloween. I got to be somewhat fun with this.
Well, I know we have a ghost boss. I've played this game before.
Okay, so this is when Whitney says, or supposed to say, Brandon, what's number 6 on the list? And then I say, Whitney,
the ghost
I
boss?
am so glad you asked that question. No, that is not number 6.
Oh. It is on the list, though. And the vampire.
Number 6 is...
Frankenstein.
Number 6 is, since I'm trying to go with a Halloween theme...
Yes.
The witchy boss.
Ooh, witchy boss.
That was not necessary.
I think it was.
It was horrible. So when you think of the classic witch, I often think of like the cauldron, and they're like stirring the broomstick in the cauldron, and they're making some kind of potion, and they're trying to making spells, and poisoned apples and all that kind of stuff, right?
Yes.
And so where I think that plays out in the workplace is this would be like the manipulative boss. So I had someone reach out to me earlier this week, and they said, I've got this boss, and I don't know how to deal with this boss. And this would be a version of kind of the witchy boss, because they're really good at creating confusion.
Yeah. And
then basically blaming their employee for all the problems. They're like, no, I never asked you to do that.
What is it? Toil and trouble?
Yeah,
is that the saying?
Something like that. So then what it does is it creates almost a gaslighting effect.
Yeah.
I did a recent interview on gaslighting in the workplace, and this would be kind of your gaslighting boss, the boss that gets you to constantly question yourself, doubt yourself. So you start to think, I must be the one going crazy around here.
Yeah.
That's your witch boss.
That is
now,
very
it could
witchy.
be male or female, but the whole point is they're creating these potions and concoctions that are getting you to kind of question and doubt yourself. So that's number 6 on the list. It's a very scary boss.
That is very scary, boss.
Yeah.
Okay, so question, because often witches first come across as being very nice, and then they switch on you, like with the apple.
Oh, yeah. I think that's a great read. This person always comes across as very smooth and nice.
Okay.
But they create, so the version of the concoctions and potions is vagueness.
Okay.
They're not very clear. They'll be like, well, I'll just go off and do this thing. And then you'll do it, and they'll be like, that's not what I wanted. You guessed wrong. Or they won't quite, they do a lot of politicking, and they're good at politics, and they can survive, because to be a good politician in a corporation, you've got to be very vague. You have the ability to know when not or not practice clarity, because clarity can pin you down to accountability, and that can be the downfall of a witchy boss or a career politician.
Interesting.
I'm not subscribing that you should go around not creating clarity, because anyone who's listened to the show at all knows I love clarity, and I believe it's a healthy thing. So I'm not a fan of this technique. I'm just attending to the fact that you can survive a long time in a corporation if you create all these clouds and concoctions and potions, and no one really knows what's going on.
Yeah.
Number 6, which is then your cue to do Next step.
Brandon, what is number 6?
No, we just did number 6.
Oh,
Next
number
one.
5.
Number 5.
You said number 6.
I know. I said that was number 6.
I can't count backwards.
Number 5.
Number 5.
Ghost Boss, which you guessed.
Okay, I wasn't far off.
No, that was
because I said that
number
one first.
5, Ghost Boss. So I'm now, rather than me talk about that, what does it mean to you? Because you're going to get it right out of the gate.
They are never there. You cannot find them when you need them. No text, no email, no call. They come in when they want to, go out when they want to, or maybe never at all.
That rhymed. Did you play it that way?
I did not.
That was pretty smooth.
Thank you.
You're right. You can't find them. You can't find them. You can't find them when you need to make a decision. Similar kind of to the Witch Boss in that that vagueness can be hard to pin them down. So you're not like really sure where are they or what are they doing. I had an organization I was working with several years ago, and this particular boss in this group was the picture of this ghost boss.
Okay.
When employees of this team actually counted up the number of hours that this particular leader was in the office or available, 50% of the time in the year. So the other 50%, they would say like, oh, I'm working remotely. And they would go like to another city and just be on vacation.
Okay.
Or they would say, oh, I'm going to go to this conference. And they would get like the organization to pay for the conference, but then they actually wouldn't show up to the conference. They would just fly to that city and enjoy themselves. And so the people on the team could never make a decision because they needed this leader's sign off, and it really caused issues. And then the leader would come in and then get really involved and then go off and disappear. So it was this very kind of herky-jerky thing. But the ghost boss, very hard to find the ghost boss.
So would it be accurate to say that that team could see right through?
Why? I need like the little symbol, like ba-boom ching, like when it's like something that indicates really cheesy. And I should have it every time you're on the show.
I have a lot of those.
That was good though.
Okay.
That was good.
Thank you.
Okay.